Hello and welcome back to ROADTRIpVIA, the once-a-day road trip trivia quiz. Today's episode is day number 121 of the 365-day trivia road trip. Today's questions have been sent in by Trish and Tom. I know you guys are familiar with their work. We know this is going to be a good trivia quiz. Thank you, Trish and Tom, for sending it in. 20 questions up front, and then a question 21 tiebreaker at the very end of the video. Let's get started, and good luck on today's quiz. Question number 1. The giant salamander, the largest amphibian on Earth, can reach 5 foot 9 inches long and weigh 65 pounds. It is unfortunately considered a delicacy and a source of folk medicine in some countries and is critically endangered. In what country is it found? That big tasty salamander is native to China. Question number 2. Their struggle for independence from Spain began with El Grito, or the shout, the battle cry first voiced by a parish priest on September 16, 1810. Which country is this whose national anthem begins by urging patriots to get their weapons and their horses ready when they hear the shout of war? The answer is Mexico. Question number 3. John Ronald Reuel Tolkien, beloved for his high fantasy books The Hobbit and The Lord of the Rings, was professor of Anglo-Saxon and English language and literature at the University of Oxford. In what country was J.R.R. Tolkien born? Not a lot of people know this. He was born in South Africa. Question number 4. These word puzzles can be short, like Bob, or longer, like a man, a plan, a canal, Panama. One is said to have been first spoken in the Garden of Eden. Madam, I'm Adam. Their defining characteristic is that they read the same backward as forward. What are they called? The answer is a palindrome. Question number 5. Scientists think that it is the oldest star in the universe at about 16 billion years. This subgiant star was found in 2000, and because of its great age, it was named for Noah's grandfather, who lived to be 969. What is this ancient star's name? The answer is Methuselah. Question number 6. Short Scottish brothers Malcolm and Angus Young immigrated as children to Australia and founded a band that became popular worldwide. They recruited Bon Scott and later Brian Johnson to what high-voltage band and produced hits like Highway to Hell and Dirty Deeds Done Dirt Cheap. That band is AC/DC. Question number 7. Although it resembles a brain more than anything else, this brightly colored garden flower is named for the fleshy, often red growth on top of a rooster's head. Thomas Jefferson was fond of the unusual blooms and grew them at Monticello. What are they called? This is a tough one. I've never heard of them, but they're called coxcomb. Question number 8. When summiting the world's tallest mountain, the freezing temperatures, hurricane-force winds, and a lethal lack of oxygen are constant dangers. In 1996, writer Jack Krakauer joined a guided climb of Mount Everest that cost 8 climbers their lives. His memoir of the experience is titled what? That book was called Into Thin Air. Question number 9. One of the greatest baseball players of all time, this first baseman played 17 seasons with the New York Yankees. Tragically, he died at 37 of amyotrophic lateral sclerosis, which robs the body of its ability to move, speak, and then finally breathe. This cruel disease now bears his name. Who is he? The answer, Lou Gehrig. Question number 10. Although this snow-capped 14,417-foot peak looks peaceful, it is considered one of the most dangerous volcanoes in the world due to the high probability of an eruption in the near future and its proximity to the densely populated Seattle area. What is this tallest mountain in Washington state? The answer is Mount Rainier. Question number 11. This familiar spice, the flower bud of an Indonesian tree, is often sold ground when it is being used for pumpkin pie. In its whole form, it resembles tiny nails, and in fact, its name comes from the Latin clavis, meaning nail. What spice is this? The answer is cloves. Question number 12. This term, mostly used in Britain for a narrow, dry valley, is used in many place names as a suffix, the way town is in Milltown. Named valleys of this kind include the Western, which climbs the Lhotse face of Mount Everest, and the Deeping, which holds Helm's Deep in the Two Towers. What is this term? The answer is a comb. Question number 13. In 1964, the Animals recorded their version of an old folk song about a home of ill repute. Its distinctive arpeggio chords and Eric Burton's powerful voice warning the listener not to do what I have done made it a #1 hit in the UK, the US, and Canada. What is this song title? The answer is The House of the Rising Sun. Question 14. At an altitude of 7,199 feet above sea level, the U.S. state capital with the highest elevation is Santa Fe, New Mexico, at the foot of the Sangre de Cristo Mountains. Third in height is Denver, Colorado, at a mere 5,270 feet. Which capital city comes in second at over 6,000 feet? The answer is Cheyenne, Wyoming. Question number 15. This actor was cast as the Tin Woodman in the 1939 Wizard of Oz film, but he had to drop out when his aluminum makeup made him deathly ill. After that, what actor found stardom as Jed Clampett in a long-running TV sitcom about a poor mountaineer who strikes oil and moves his family to Beverly Hills? Look for the name of the actor. The answer is Buddy Ebsen. Question 16, often associated with Louisiana, where it lives in canals and rice paddies, these crustaceans build mud chimneys around its burrow and will use its claws to pinch animals or people who come too close. Favorite ways to eat what animal include in an etouffee or in a boil with spices, potatoes, and corn? The answer is crawfish. Question number 17. Lost in Fangorn Forest, Hobbits Merry and Pippin are befriended by a 14-foot tall walking, talking plant. He is a very old and wise Ent, a shepherd of the forest and the leader of the Fangorn Ents. What is this ancient creature's name? The answer is Treebeard. Question 18. This dark igneous rock is also called volcanic glass. The Aztecs used it extensively for jewelry, weapons, and mirrors that their priests gazed into to see visions and the future. In the Southwest, its translucent black pebbles are called Apache tears. What is this mystical mineral? The answer is obsidian. Question number 19. This guitarist was left-handed and played his guitar upside down. Although his life was cut short by drugs, what man is remembered for his amazing guitar rendition of the Star-Spangled Banner at Woodstock in 1969, as well as for songs like Voodoo Child and Purple Haze? The answer is Jimi Hendrix. Question number 20. Scotland has produced many iconic foods like shortbread, loved around the world, and haggis, not so much. A soup traditionally served at celebrations honoring poet Robert Burns is called cockaliki in Scotland, but it is served everywhere. What are the two main ingredients of cockaliki soup? The answer is chicken and leeks. That makes sense once you hear the answer. Cockaliki soup, never had it. And that is it for today's quiz. Thank you everybody for watching day number 121 of the 365-day trivia road trip. Thank you again to Trish and Tom for another excellent quiz. If you guys want to leave Trish and Tom a comment, you can do so down in the comment section below. If you aren't subscribed to the channel, feel free to do that right now. We got some big things coming up. I like to think so. I got a couple of irons in the fire, I guess you could say, working on a few things to make the channel a little bit better. But for now, all we're concerned about is today's question 21 tiebreaker. The Atchafalaya Basin is a vast wetland in Louisiana that once isolated much of Acadiana. US 90 provided a dangerous route around the Great Swamp until 1973, when the Atchafalaya Basin Bridge opened and motorists were finally able to drive straight over the watery expanse. How long is the Atchafalaya Basin Bridge? I'll give you a hint, the answer is in miles. The answer, 18.2 miles.